Hey brother, welcome back. Thanks for being here. So I'm traveling around the country in my RV. I'm in the Smoky Mountains. It's dark, so I am using this time to go through and show you my book library. These are physical books that I have purchased because I either read the Kindle book or listened to the Audible version, and at some point decided that these books were transformational enough in my own life to have real physical copies of them, which means I've purchased some of these books 2 or 3 times already. But it was that important for me to be able to reach up and access a copy of these books, regardless of internet connection or account access or anything like that. I wanted to own these words for myself because I have owned these concepts in my own life, and I wanted to own the words in the book. So in this video, we're going to talk about real love. This book is Greg Bear, MD. It's a fantastic book. In 2019, I went, in 2018, 2019, I was working with a coach, Dan Dorr, and he was fantastic. And in 2019, I went to, I went to California, I went to Mexico, I went to Pennsylvania a couple of times, I went to Washington, D.C., I went to London, I went to Vermont, and I'm sure there's some other place that I went that I'm spacing out on right now. But I went in that, I traveled so much in that year because I wanted to meet with other men. I wanted to really be able to connect and get insights, and I was serious about changing my life. I was serious about improving my relationship and getting to know myself and being comfortable in my own skin and being able to move past the discontent and discomfort that I had felt for most of my life. And so I flew. I remember specifically going to London, and I met. We were sitting at a conference in a banquet table in a hotel there in London, and there's 25 guys around the table, and we're all doing the introduction and tell us a little bit about yourself and all that kind of stuff. And then when they got to me, I said, I'm Charlie, and I'm from Austin, Texas, and I don't think I know how to love. And I was like, I know that may be odd to hear, and I'm not even sure that I knew that I was going to say it, but it occurs to me in this moment that I really don't know how to love. And so I went on a search for a book that would help me unlock that, would help me understand that better. And I came across this book called Real Love by Greg Bear. And in it, he talks about the difference between imitation love and real love. He also talks about the fact that most of us are in either exhibiting getting or protecting behaviors. And he also talks about the fact that if we have not experienced real love, then we may not know what that looks like, and it may be hard for us to either express it or to receive it because we have not experienced it before in our life. And so the difference between imitation love and real love, and he says in the book, is imitation love is this temporary fix that we need over and over again, but real love is substantial and satisfying. So if you want to think of it in terms of junk food versus like vegetables, junk food is extremely satisfying in the moment. You like it, it feels good, but then you need another chip, you need another cookie, you need to go back to the bag because it's junk food. It's not really sustaining you. Whereas a vegetable, you can have you can have a plate of vegetables, and there's fiber, there's nutrients, there's substance to it, and it's satisfying. And we find ourselves being nourished by the vegetables, but not nourished by the junk food. So real love is what we're after, and imitation love is what we accept in place of real love. And he talks a lot about how that plays out in our relationships and in our life and in our love for ourselves and our love for others. So it's a good book. It's a real good book. He says the truth about finding unconditional love and fulfilling relationships, which, you know, who doesn't want that, right? So that's definitely a good book. I highly recommend it. I have it on Kindle. I don't remember if it's on Audible or not. But like I said, I've bought these books 2 or 3 times. They're that important to me. So I highly recommend them. The other thing that I recommend is for you to get a journal. Get a journal for yourself. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it has lines or doesn't have lines, or if it's, you know, if it's a plain old journal, if it's a leather journal, if it's a pretty journal, if it's a, you know, whatever you want to do. I highly recommend, though, that you have a journal, because it will help you to express your thoughts and your feelings. It'll help you to recognize the patterns in and it'll also help you to unlock your thoughts and your beliefs. And unlocking your thoughts and your beliefs, having clarity and greater understanding of yourself, is key to transforming your life. Okay, there you go, brother. If any of these things are of interest to you, any of the things that I have mentioned in this video or any of the previous videos, I'm going to encourage you to reach out to me at happymancoaching.com. Fill out the contact form there. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your self-limiting beliefs. Let's talk about what's not working for you in your life. And let's talk about what you would like to change. All right. I love you, brother, and I will talk to you later.